What's up, everybody? How's it going? How's your days been? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. What's up, Bean? What's up, Neko? What's up, Justin? What's up, Kevin? Kevin, what are you doing here? You gotta go play, I was about to say Project Zombie. You gotta go play FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's. Anyways, we're back with more Ace Attorney. Last week, I think we did the last bit of investigation for this flashback case, where Gumshoe is still being considered the killer for that, those two people, one prosecutor and one, person who was being put on stand for murder. And I think now we're going back to the courtroom because the other prosecutor, no, not prosecutor, that defense attorney lady whose sister got killed, she just wants to run everything by everybody, and prove that Gumshoe is the killer, but we know that he's not, so I guess we'll continue from there and see how it turns out. Hey, me out. What's up, Matt? How's it going? How's your day been? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. If Transformers. Alright, humans live together. Should we make special lanes for them? Probably not. I mean, as long as they stay in their car form while they're driving on the road, I guess we can keep having our regular lanes, right? Because they can all turn to like regular vehicles. So as long as they keep to the rules of the road, you know, I think it's fine. I think they should drive the same lanes like we all do. They're a danger to traffic. That's only if they transform, though, right? If they transform, then they gotta go. But if they stay in their car form, I think it's chill. Cyclist's fault? We weren't even talking about cyclists. Insane. Kay, what are you doing here? Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating. But the object you're looking for has already... Hold it. Kay, don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation. Okay, you got it. Detective Bad, haven't we already found what we're looking for? If they turn to a plane or a normal form, other drivers are screwed. Yeah, but I'm saying we should. They gotta, you know, promise not to transform. Or if they're a plane, they can't drive on regular roads, obviously. But if they're a plane, they can fly. But as long as they commit to regular driving, like laws and rules, or if they're like a plane, commit to airline rules, or if they're a boat, commit to like boat rules, and they stay in those forms, they can stay on the regular people lanes. We don't need new ones. But if they're just gonna transform whatever they want, bruh, I don't even think having new lanes is gonna work, bruh. At that point, what are we gonna do? They're gonna just whoop our ass. If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, any little task will do. Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought. I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth. I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. Wahaha! The moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest? Wasn't that when we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest? I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you? We'll see. It all depends on whether or not your logic holds. Oh, I see. We even have a viewer in the gallery. And why, even Mr. Bad is here. A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander. I have a duty to see this case through to the end. No matter how it turns out. Oh, is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I'm be honest, bro. The only person who could be the killer is her, right? If we're being honest. Gumshoe was eating that snack. Bad heard the gunshot, the alleged gunshot, which was actually the tape rewound 30 minutes earlier, so the whole killing time was off too. The judge wasn't there, we weren't there. It had to be her. I don't know her motive, but it has to be her. She's the only one who could have done it. Because she's the one who spilled the perfume so that the window would have been opened to hear the gunshot from that video recording in the first place. I've taken statements on every single person's movements during the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there is no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer must without a doubt be Detective Gumshoe. And that's all you have? Yeah, that's all there is to my conclusion, and this case. Sorry, but I beg to differ. In a trial, there's always time for a rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of the court in this case, don't you think? How absolutely like a rookie to think such a thing. But alright, I'll play along and give you a proper testimony. If my logic is correct, then I've already won. All I have to do now is prove it by showing who the real killer is. Everyone saw the suspect has an alibi for when the gun went off. Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirmed that there is no possible escape route from lobby number 2, which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Now that you have your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth. But of course, don't you get to confront your logic head on right now? I should have said focus on drawing out any trump cards she has up her sleeve, alright? So basically he said press all her statements because she's just saying a whole bunch of hoopla. Press.
Hold it!
The suspect? But I thought that Detective Gumshoe's alibi had already been proven. Are you joking, Edgeworth? I assure you this is no joke. Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Farade's daughter eating a Swiss roll. Yes, that is correct. But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? And the problem is there's no one else who can corroborate what he did since the snacking. I see she's done her research well, which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever trump card she's withholding.
Hold it!
Whether they've been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide. The scratched eyebrows and lines on your forehead are back. Anyway, even if you believe it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene lobby number 2 has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect. But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window and into the garden? That's the first place everyone looked, silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums, they looked into every possibility, you know? Isn't that right, Mr. Bad? Yeah. There wasn't a scrape of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden. I suppose they really did check everything that could be relevant to the case.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely positive that there's no possible routes of escape? Of course, I'm sure. And why are you so certain? This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. If there was an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. It's just common sense. Miles Edgeworth, I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future.
Hold it!
You may think it's unshakable, but to me there are still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Farade's hand? But you're the only one still wondering that. Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Mr. Farade used to write with. And even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing. I'm not about to let her get a rise out of me with such a flippant statement. I suppose we really reached the end now. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. But before I do, I think I should inquire a little into something about her argument. You said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect got leaked. However, I don't recall either Francisco or myself speaking with you about that subject. But there are witnesses. For you, there's your mentor who gave you an alibi. I see. As for the little Missy, she came to the courthouse during the recess and was stopped by a security guard at the door to the hallway. She gave him quite a whipping for that, or so I heard. I'm the daughter of Manfred von Karma, and I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard or a bailiff or anyone else. Wait, so basically the only reason Francisca bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor? By the way, Miss Yu, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty? What about them? Have you looked into what people were doing during the span of the time? What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into the lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1, the only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe. Yes, let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when the gunshot you heard went off? What then? That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate our perception. Oh, she didn't even let me finish. Sadly, your explanation is lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in lobby number 1, care to explain how that could have been fabricated? Aha, we have the surveillance videotape. Stupid.
Take that!
That tape? Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape of Mr. Rell the prosecution presented in today's trial. This was found loaded in the video player in lobby number 2. That was connected to the large television that had its volume turned all the way up. You can't honestly mean that the sound we heard was the gunshot in the video. But I do, which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone had heard the gunshot. That's the only thing I can think of, too. After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Friday's evidence bag, turned the television's volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible, it opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe.
Objection.
Sounds from a television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and Little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right? Of course we knew, didn't we, Miles? Yes, of course, we know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms. Of course, I'm not about to admit we had no idea until only a little while ago. That's right, and if the rooms are soundproof, then we should not have been able to hear it. And yet we heard the gunshot clear as day. And that's the end of the story. But it's not. How should I explain why she was able to hear? Oh, the freaking window was open, bruh. There is actually one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And it is that despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window was open in each. Now we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also open.
Objection.
Ahaha. It's probably just coincidence that they were both open at the time. It was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why was the window open in lobby number 2? Because of the freaking perfume. The answer is that a certain person did something to cause the window to be opened. And the person who triggered that action, that person is the real guilty party. The real killer in this double murder is... Where is she? It's gotta be her.
Take that!
Miss Callisto Yu, I hereby formally indict you of the murder of Mr. Faraday and Miss Farrell. What? You indict me? Oh shit. Are you serious, Miles? Why do you think she's the killer? I don't understand her motive just yet, but of course I'm serious. Because she's the only one who could have done it. Well, Miss Yu, do you still feel like laughing now? Of course I do, Edgeworth. My argument must not be tight enough yet. Although I never thought things would spiral into this. But I'll have you know I'm enjoying this dance quite a bit. I guess this means it's time for my own rebuttal now, right? You argued that the window was open, however, do you have any proof it was I who did it? Yeah, the perfume. Furthermore, do you have proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Frankly, I'm shocked at you for going around accusing people of murder like this. Especially with logic as full of holes as yours. Okay. This is where it really starts. I mustn't let my guard down for even a second or the truth will blow away. Now is the time to put the patented Von Karma perfect proof to the test. Yeah, we have proof it's the perfume. Yeah.
Objection!
I'm sure you've seen this before, haven't you, monsieur? Edgeworth, I never knew you were into wearing that kind of perfume. It's not exactly what I'd recommend for boys, you know. Well, this isn't mine. That's right, it's mine, and I received it from Detective Badge, you see. Miss Yu, you can pretend all you like, but we know at least this much is for sure. That you are the one who gave this bottle of perfume to Detective Bad. And that you're super easy to rile up. So, what about the perfume? While you were in lobby number 1, you made a big show of spilling some of this perfume. That's according to Detective Bad. Oh, I know. You also knew that if you spilled it, he would naturally move to open a window.
Objection!
Come now. I've already told you that it's all just a big coincidence. After we opened the window in lobby number 1, I just left it open, you know? So maybe it was just dumb luck that we heard the gunshot through the window.
Objection!
The timing when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. And the most important fact about this case is when people were made to hear that shot. Furthermore, it would have been pointless if you didn't have an alibi for yourself at the time. You mean, Miss Yu, you were the one who called Detective Bad into lobby number 1. When you saw him bring Detective Gumption into the hallway, is that correct? All of today's premeditated events could only have been thought up by you, Miss Yu. I wonder if she was trying to set up Detective Bad instead of freaking Gumshoe. But Gumshoe was just along, so she's like, fuck it, I'll use him. Ha ha ha. You accused me of murder on the fact that I spilled a little perfume. Well, allow me to say this much. I couldn't have killed Mr. Faraday. Would you care to testify as to why? Look, I've had a lot of fun today, really. But I grew weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap this up. Accusing someone of murder over a spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top, but I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma. Ooh. In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from. No, she fucked up. How did she know it was a knife? Well, I guess people saw the knife in the thing. Okay, so. Miles, her testimony is flawless. Yes, but no matter what sort of trick she may try to pull, she won't escape from me. And if I'm lacking information, I'll just draw it out here. Or draw it out of her. That last name is kind of eh. Oh.
Hold it!
At this rate, she will inevitably escape. But if she really was the one who killed Mr. Faraday, then she must have known about the existence of the knife. I'm sorry, Miss Yu, maybe you weren't aware. However, the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from his evidence bag. Miles, what do you think you're doing? I'm drawing the truth out of her, that's what I'm doing. Huh? But I don't recall a knife being presented at the trial earlier today. Well, I suppose that's because the evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use. So that's what you're trying to do? Look, why don't you cut it out with the lies? I've already figured you out. There was no knife inside Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. The only evidence he had yet to present was the key the Yatagarasu had sent. Is that true? And unless the key can magically turn into a knife, you really don't have a leg to stand on. Yeah, she's cooked. She's cooked. Did you really think you could trap me? Come now, be honest. I never intended to do such a thing. It was all a misunderstanding on my part. In any case, I wonder if you might append what you just said to your testimony. Sure, why not? I'll even say it as many times as you'd like. There was a key in his evidence bag, but you can't kill anyone with a simple key. But what if that key was a knife? You played yourself.
Objection!
Miss Yu, I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me. This is a picture of the key the Yatagarasu sent to the police. However, while it may look like a key at first glance, it in fact has the secret ability to transform into a knife. Which means that what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was both the Yatagarasu's key and the murderous knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not? Yes. Well, with the Yatagarasu's key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday. Gurk. Do you understand now? Just knowing of the existence— oh shit. I still haven't had a good look at it. The Notion Live is real. What's up, Safari? How's it going? How's your day been? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Showing it to me from that far away, you could be lying for all I know. You would even now still feign ignorance. I'm not feigning anything. But we can't have you accusing me of a crime with false evidence now, can we? I mean, Mr. Von Karma, I've heard some very interesting rumors about him. Are you mocking my papa? Don't you dare sully the good name of my mentor. Now take a good look. This piece of evidence is more than real. Wow, who knew there was such a trick to this thing? Are you satisfied now? But of course you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that the knife and the Yatagarasu key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you who isn't a member of law enforcement and who would never have been privy to this trick would have never known about it to begin with. No, I haven't listened to the new Tyler album yet. But I've heard good things from some of the songs on there. Furthermore, there's something that the Yatagarasu sent to the police. How did you have knowledge as to what it was? Actually, I heard it from Mr. Faraday. Just before he dragged Mr. L off, he told me, oh, that's right, I almost forgot. He also told me about the key turning into a knife at that time. But he didn't tell me about how the key actually transforms. What you were saying is simply not possible. Oh, and why not? Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key. From within these pages, he mentions nothing about a knife.
Objection.
I'm not sure he would have written everything in his organizer, you know. Wouldn't something of this importance be better left to oral communication? Unfortunately, that is also impossible, because Detective Bad didn't know about the knife aspect either. What would have been highly classified information and even within the police force, and is something that even the lead detective on the case didn't know. Why would Mr. Faraday have felt the need to share such information with the opposition? Yeah, I guess he wouldn't have much of a reason to. Looks like I gave a pretty lame excuse, huh? How can you laugh at a time like this? She probably just realized the flaw in her logic and is actually in panic over it. But that's not something we need to concern ourselves over with. I suppose you're right. Miss Yu, I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of this knife. Do you now? Well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and show me? Oh, I will. And I'll wipe that smile off your face by the time we're through. This is it, the moment of truth, the secret behind the Yatagarasu's key? What the heck? Only one person would have known, would have had knowledge of it from the get-go. Who would have known from the start the Yatagarasu's key could change into a knife? I don't freaking know. Oh, I guess the Yatagarasu himself would know. Wait, does that mean she's the Yatagarasu too? I guess that's the only way, right? Because how else would they know? Damn. Wait, so if Kate becomes a second generation Yatagarasu, does that mean Miss Callisto Yu teaches her? But why would she teach her if she killed her dad? That's kind of fucked up.
Take that!
There's only one person who would have known about the dual nature of the key. And that is the person who sent the Yatagarasu's key to the police. That is to say, the Yatagarasu herself. Are you saying that this lawyer is the great thief Yatagarasu? Miss Yu, you used Mr. Rel to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap, didn't you? You who profess to bear a judge against criminals, why? Why do something like this? She's just gonna keep laughing? Damn. Who would have thought that you, a stupid rookie prosecutor, would see through me? You're sending the biggest chill down my spine right now, Edgeworth. This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than when I sneak into some place. You killed Faraday? Why? Answer me, Callisto Yu. Callisto Yu, huh? That's not my real name. Because my real identity is the great thief Yatagarasu. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday was one difficult man to deal with. For you see, he had discovered my true identity, which is why I had to erase him from the world of law. I made Rel an offer, an acquittal for a little favor in return. All he had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the Yatagarasu in court. But once we entered the recess, Rel was dragged off by Mr. Faraday, which threw my plan into a complete mess. I chased after them and eavesdropped on them through a crack in the door. That Rel caves to only two things, money and authority, just as all thugs do. I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held onto Rel any longer. Plus, if I had let them continue on the way they were, I would have been found out. That's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both. But you didn't say that you despise, didn't you say you despise criminals? But do I really? Have you forgotten about the KGA incident too? Maybe. What sort of woman would... So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent? Well, I had a good idea of what Mr. Faraday was going to do. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rel wasn't the Yatagarasu by using this Yatagarasu's key as evidence, and that he would bring it with him. which is why I thought to use the knife portion. With the weapon as well as disguised as this, no one would be the wiser. Because who in their right mind would think something like that could be a weapon? I casually entered lobby number 2 on the pretext that I had to talk to with Mr. Faraday. And in order to get in with him, I pretended to be worried about something. He then let me hold the Autograsso's key just like that. He never noticed that I had changed the key into a knife inside the plastic bag. And he didn't have the chance to take note of the knife that took his life. How could you kill him? I knew him from a long time, you know. At the very least, I thought to give him a quick and painless death. But if you killed Mr. Faraday first, there's no need for you to kill Mr. Rell as well. I believe I mentioned why when we were placing Detective Gumshoe under arrest. Something about having accidentally created an eyewitness. And how that led to the killer to think that about setting them up as though they'd kill each other. What do you think about these games compared to the other certain games so far? The ones Edward instead of Phoenix, or whatever the dude's name is. I mean, they're pretty good. It's like the same format, and the story is still kind of connecting to the other games because they mentioned this case in the original trilogy. So the fact that I'm actually being able to find out what went down is kind of cool. Then the trick with the surveillance tape. Yes, I hadn't actually planned to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the existence of the surveillance tape, which is why I had Rell help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said and done, I rewarded him for all this hard work with a bullet. The game itself is happening after the first trilogy, but this specific case is a flashback that happened before the trilogy. So the cases before this were happening after, but this is just a flashback case. You're a defense attorney, aren't you? How could you? How could you betray a client? Client? If you want to talk about who was a client of who's first, it was me. I was a client in the murder of the Canopian Embassy staff member, Deadman. You ordered a hit job? You still haven't figured it out, Mr. Bad? I had Deadman killed because he was about to give away info about the smuggling ring. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination? It can't be. You're... That's right. I'm a member of the smuggling ring. How could this... You don't mean... You're working with Manny Cochin too, do you? Maybe, maybe not. Guess you'll never know. The Autograsso claims to be noble, but you're just another cold-blooded murderer. That's right, little girl. The Autograsso is just another killer. Be quiet, you. The Autograsso. You can run from the law, but you'll never escape it. So just humbly accept the judgment of this court. Ha ha ha. Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know the Autograsso has 3 legs? Do you know why that is? Ha! No, well let me tell you. It means that the Autograsso has more than one razor-sharp way to do her work. Oh, shit! Nah, that's crazy. You really are too naive, Edgeworth. You even handed the Autograsso's key right to me without a second thought. Everything may not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it. You mean, the key was your real target? And even after I gave you such great advice, didn't I tell you to always keep a good eye on a criminal? Or you may regret what comes of your negligence. You two, get down! Eek! My body, I can't move. Hey, mister, to your right! Damn. Yo! I think she ran off. Are you alright, Francisca? I'm perfectly fine, Miles. Her voice is shaking, but it looks like she's unharmed. Where did Kay go? Another shot? Oh no. Did Detective Bad die? What the heck? Oh, he's alive. Sorry, but it looks like she got away. I called the precinct. They should have a perimeter set up soon. Detective Bad, are you alright? I heard a gunshot. I'm okay, just got another hole in my jacket. He may say he's fine, but he looks quite shaken. But more importantly, boy, I mean, Mr. Edgeworth, Miss Von Karma, are you two hurt? I'm absolutely fine. The gun in court is bananas. That's the first time that's happened. I mean, okay, technically, right now it wasn't an actual court session because they were doing all this investigation after those two guys died. But I don't think in the other games, no one has ever just pulled out a random gun in the court. Why does dude dress like he gotta stand? I'm also alright, thanks to Kay. Speaking of Kay, where is she? I don't know. She just sort of disappeared. I'll go look for her. Oh, and hey, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? Detective Bad, sir. I'm sorry I doubted you. Don't worry, sir. It's not your fault. Well, I lied to you guys too, after all. I heard about what happened. From Kay. Lying while giving testimony is still unforgivable. But, in this case, you were protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you might just have what it takes to be a real detective. Now, don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay? You got it, Pops. Pops? Watched one too many detective dramas recently, have we? Way to single-handedly destroy the cheery atmosphere with one snarky comment. I should get back to the investigation. I swear I'll catch you if it's the last thing I do. Be careful, Detective Bad, and take care. Thanks. Well, I'm off. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday. So thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. You really did find out the truth behind everything. Yes, well, I'm glad we solved everything before you were taken to prison. Why is he so sad? I can't believe how much trouble I caused you with my testimony, Detective Gumshoe. It was no problem, really. I mean, I lied too, so I didn't help anything. It's really not your fault, Your Honor. Well, even if we didn't have His Honor's testimony, I think that lawyer would have found another way to get you convicted on her behalf. Yeah, I can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective. Well, so long as you're not fired, you should work hard, give all that you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present for you with me. She did? Oh, what is it? What was that Kay left? It was the freaking Swiss roll, right? Yeah.
Take that!
It's a courthouse special Swiss roll. Can I really have it? Yes, it's a present meant for you, after all. Thanks a bunch. You have no idea how happy this makes me, pal. I'm gonna eat this right now. Sure, go ahead. The Swiss rolls Detective Gumshoe and Kay bought together. While the one Kay saved had never reached her father, it would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective. He's so happy it's as though he's having a welcome back celebration of his own. Well, I was asked by Kay to give it to him. Whoop, that was good, pal. I can't believe I got to eat 2 of these delicious things in one day. It's like I'm in Swiss roll paradise or something. I've got to thank Kay myself. Hey, wait, where is she? He only noticed just now? Was his mind not present when we discussed her earlier? Detective Bad left to go search for her earlier. Maybe you should go join him. Yeah, you betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, but first... You know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh? I'm gonna stick right by your side from now on, Mr. Edgeworth there. I sense nothing but a most troublesome relationship from that ominous statement. We should go home too, Miles. We have to hurry and report what has happened to Papa. Agreed. Well, I'm afraid we must be going now, Detective. Roger, sir. Don't you worry. I'll investigate the next case we're on real well. I'll, be counting on you. The scent of trouble is definitely in the air. Thus, like a bad dream, my first outing at a court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in a court as a prosecutor. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. After that, he became my direct subordinate. I have tried, but words fail to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. Oh my god. That's tough. But I suppose that's just how things are. As for the little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now right in front of you. So now we're back in the present. So, do you remember now? Yes, I remember everything. Kay. It's been a while. Kay, you sure grew up a lot. Of course, but thank goodness, I thought you two had totally forgot about me. You know, I was really worried about you after all that. Where have you been all this time? Gummy, I didn't know you cared. After my father died, I went to go live with my mother's relatives. They lived really far away, so I wasn't really able to come back here all that much. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Oh, is that what happened? Well, I'm just glad you're alright. So, does it all make sense now? You betcha it does. Oh, you know what? I was going through my father's bookshelves recently, and...
Hold it!
Actually, there are still a number of things that don't make sense, Kay. Huh? Do you think they're going to continue off that plot? I'm pretty sure they will. Because right now, the overarching plot has been that there's a art smuggling group, and the great thief that's involved with the art smuggling group, her dad was killed by the great thief, who was part of the art smuggling group. Right now, Von Karma, the current Von Karma, Francisca, is working on a case to look into the art smuggling group. Edgeworth is, I guess, associate who helped him go train after he lost to Phoenix Wright. That guy who was in, I think, the second case of this game, apparently he's also involved with the art smuggling group, so there's definitely a big overarching plot that connects to that backstory that we just went through. First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? And second, why are you calling yourself the Yatagarasu? The Yatagarasu is Callisto Yu, the woman who killed your father. No, you're wrong. The real Yatagarasu was my father. Oh, the double fake out. Because I was thinking, I was like, why would she freaking be the apprentice of the person that killed her dad? And I was thinking it made even less sense because they did say the Yatagarasu stole from bad companies and exposed information. So why would she be working with the art smuggling ring unless she pretended to be the Yatagarasu because I guess her dad was the real one? That's crazy. Mr. Verade was the Yatagarasu? Like I said, I was going through my father's bookshelf recently, and I found a secret diary hidden among his books. I have no regrets in choosing to walk the path of the Yatagarasu. That was written in his diary, and that's how I know for sure. But that's impossible. What's with that look? You don't believe me? It wasn't just the expression on my face. I clearly said it was impossible just now. Alright then, how do you explain this? It's a way of disarming any security system of the user's choosing. Yep. That's Little Thief. Truth be told, this is the Yatagarasu's greatest secret. And this little gizmo was used by my father. Wow, Mr. Faraday wasn't just a great prosecutor. He was a really great thief, huh? Yeah, my father worked really hard to steal the truth. But he was killed. And the Yatagarasu was no more. But despite that, the Yatagarasu has been spotted again recently. Someone other than you? Here, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a look at this article. Oh, the Yatagarasu sent the embassy a calling card. Steal the truth's persona, basically, because they got the calling card and everything. The Phantom Thieves. Yeah, meaning this person is a fake. I'm almost certain that Callisto Yu lady is behind this. Because the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a gaudy card cutout. But the Yatagarasu did send a white card along with anything to be publicized. That's what Detective Bad told me 7 years ago, if memory serves. Well, as soon as I heard the news, I got all wound up and I knew I couldn't just let it go. So I searched you out so that I could obtain the truth behind the Yatagarasu. Because if anyone can help me find it, I figured it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. So you're saying that I have your father's and Mr. Yu's identities backwards? Yes, because the real Yatagarasu is noble to the end. And I want to revive the real noble Yatagarasu. If I don't, my father will never be able to rest in peace. Kay. Kay, you're so honorable. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I'll always be here to cheer you on, pal. Even if you are honorable, a thief is a thief. And if you're planning to commit a crime, then I'm afraid I can't be complicit. Mr. Edgeworth, you guys are not making it easy for me. Who am I supposed to support now? Mr. Edgeworth, what I want from you is not to steal something. What I want is the arrest of that evil woman. That evil woman? You mean Callisto Yu? I think it's too hard for me to catch her all by myself. But I thought that since you were able to expose her for who she is, then maybe... Please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you help me? Come to think of it, I do believe I owe you. Huh? Owe me for what? When Miss Yu made her escape, it was you who saved my life. Furthermore, you helped me with the investigation today. I am not so rude as to leave favors unrepaid. Then you mean... Yes. That case has been weighing down my soul ever since that fateful day. Perhaps the time has come to settle things once and for all. If you don't intend to sully your hands in a crime, then I believe I can help you. Mr. Edgeworth, thank you. Yay, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Isn't that great, Kay? Yeah, it sure is, Gummy. Even though you had completely forgotten about her until just now. What is with their chummy relationship? The Duke Gumshoe is bad at his job. Yeah, he really is. He sucks. Also, stay safe at work, Safari. The great thief Yatagarasu. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Byron? Burn? I don't even know how to say that. Bjorn Faraday, Callisto Yu, and Kay Faraday. The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu. And the Yatagarasu's real goal. It would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay. Dang. Episode 5, Turnabout Ablaze. What do you think? I think it's kind of crazy. The fact that not only are we learning about this whole smuggling ring and all this stuff going on, but the fact that it relates back to that first case that Edgeworth ever worked is kind of nuts. A country torn into two, one to the west and one to the east. When those which were split are made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. What the heck is happening? This has to all be like art, right? It's the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu is here. What the heck? You, curse Yatagarasu. K, you. Did she switch up on him? 8 hours earlier, Loki, you can lock in. If you lock, you can finish this game today, bruh. Ain't no way I'm finishing this today. This is the last part. This is about to be like freaking 300 different parts, bruh. It's about to be like 8 different sections to this last episode. It's so nice, almost dreamlike, to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the past few days have been. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gate Waterland theme park. And later that night, Detective's body welcomed me back to my office? Wait, I thought this was... Oh, no. Okay, I don't know why the timeline was confusing me as hell, because this is the first thing that we did, but this is the last thing that happened. Okay. Yeah, because it was the flight, and then I guess he got off the flight, and then he got back here and he saw this. That's... Oh my god. That's why this guy was alive at the amusement park. I was so confused about that. I was like, how is he alive if we saw him dead? But it's because he died afterwards. Okay. Along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. You know that's not gonna happen, bro. You know our rip is about to be some bullshit. Mr. Edgeworth. This is big, I tell you. Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams comes to mind. What are you talking about, fragile dreams? Come on, let's go. The fake Yatagarasu is going to just find herself, you know. Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake. Say what? Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape, but even now we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay. What's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep talking to me right now? Anyway, I've got something much more important that I want you to see. Oh, and that is... Take a look at this. On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. That's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. I suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this. The date the card mentions is today. Also, y'all about to get with ads in like 50 seconds, so sub up, Twitch Prime, Twitch Turbo, do whatever you gotta do, or get a good ad blocker. Today, huh? Come on, we've gotta hurry, the embassy awaits. I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so, lackadaisical today? I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well, then you should get too wound up too, because this just might be your chance to catch that woman. You mean Miss Yu? The woman who killed Kay's father, Brian Ferrade, 7 years ago. Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom. Urgh, she makes me so mad, that phony. Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card until the company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasu's pay them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome. The Yatagarasu's card that's shown in the article, it looks to me as though it could be genuine. See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If this isn't a clue that that woman's involved, then nothing is. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Out of the door you go. Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It has a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why. What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through the newspaper with your eyes? No, no reason at all. Very well, seeing as how Miss Yu was also someone of special nature to me, I agree there's some merit to be found in investigating this. I knew you'd come around. By the light of this night's glorious moon, we are ready to embark on our nightly outing. And this is where our tale begins. Heh, what a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy? Yeah, the climax was really awesome. Steel Samurai Sushi Slash. I got chills down my spine when he pulled out that move. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. I have to say though, this embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have two countries sharing the same building? Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries its houses are very special. Even this theater is special in that it is a neutral zone shared by the two countries. So let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the two countries. The one that's called the Kingdom of Alabast, right? Yes. It would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja. The Republic of Babel is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like me. We totally gotta see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. Bruh. The Steel Samurai Jammin' Ninja beef will never end. The Jammin' Ninja show is gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end. You know, ever since I met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja. So anyway, about today's event, what is it called again? The Kingdom of Alabast versus the Republic of Babel Goodwill Jubilee. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babel. These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature, and it was called the Principality of Cordopia. Is everything alright, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I'm alright. Moving on. After a period of civil unrest, the country split into two, though signs of their past remain. For example, their flags represent the flower and butterfly motifs to this day. Cutopia, huh? The KGA incident, and what was referred to as the second KGA incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Cutopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split into two. However, the Antigrossu still sent a chilling calling card here. What could it all mean? Mr. Edgeworth, I know you're thinking about something. Oh, excuse me, what were you talking about again? Erg, if you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Alabasta versus Babel Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have a pretty bad relationship with each other, but supposedly they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event. If that's the case, then why the verses? Also, both countries claim to own the real Primadou statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluate today to see which one's the real deal. Okay, need I remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires? Well, when it comes to treasure, I can't help myself. You know that. She had better be saying that in jest. Hey, I can read your body language, you know, and you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you. I know. And although we don't know if the Antigrossu will really make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place. Oh, we gotta look around here? Dang. There are pamphlets about the two embassies here on this table. It looks weird to me. The country split into two a few years back. And they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since. Oh, I guess it's because they don't have the money to build two separate ones, huh? I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll just help myself to one of these. What is all the hubbub? Ah! Hey, look! It's the Steel Samurai! And he's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him. Wait, bro had a kid? Look, it's freaking a fake-ass Ice Spice! Nah, bro, we gotta see Ice Spice. What the hell is she doing here? Nah, I see you, Ice Spice. Where in tarnation are they? Come on, big scoop. Hey, mister, out of the way. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I seem to remember this woman from somewhere. Yeah, my instincts are directing me not to engage in conversation with her. Perhaps it would be best if I left her alone. Nah, bro, the fact that she's here, you already know she's about to be lying like crazy. May I speak with you for a second? It's the Steel Samurai. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for? Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before. Did he make that? It looks like he's writing something down for you. To Edgeworth from Steel Samurai Daddy. Married man of New Old Tokyo. Wow, an autograph. Pretty cool that you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Heh. Nah, this about to be key evidence, bro. Who's that? Oh. Mr. Steel Samurai. Ambassador Alba is waiting for you. And now the Steel Samurai will proceed to enter the kingdom of Alabasta to shake the hand of the ambassador. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for the two countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador from our own country as well. There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world. He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he? Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera. In just a few seconds, the Jammin' Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin' Ninja will enter the Republic of Babel. He is set to meet with the ambassador of Babel at that time. Ah, the Jammin' Ninja was about to start. We gotta get back to our seats. Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas. Well, this show will change your mind. Come on, we have to hurry. If we miss even a second of the Jammin' Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you. I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, Kay? I could listen to that A Ninja Marked for a Death's Lullaby song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And his heart-wrenching voice. Now that's the Jammin' Ninja's greatest weapon. Those pieces of Jammin' Ninja merchandise over there. I've got to have them. I especially want the hair sticks they're selling exclusively at these shows. Look at Noshimomo playing his favorite game, Mystery Investigation Model, that was developed by, published by Capcom. I don't know if this is my favorite game, but it's definitely fun. I think it's crazy though, because we've been like, I feel like we're like 15 minutes into this next episode and nobody's died yet, so it's gotta happen at some point. Somebody's gotta die so we can start investigating. Now, I don't know who's gonna die. I hope it's not the Steel Samurai. I hope it's not the Jammin' Ninja. But it looks like if anyone's gonna die, it's gonna be one of them, probably. Anyway. Hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? You're thinking of going home, aren't you? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Atagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely it was simply a prank. No way, I just know the Atagarasu will show. But I thought you said that the Atagarasu doesn't send calling cards. Yeah, I did, but I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase. But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card. A genuine fake? Well, how can I word this? The Atagarasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now? We got a problem! The Atagarasu's been spotted in Albast. What? You heard that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony! Hey, what gives? I'm sorry, but I will need to search you before you may enter. What the hey? The Steel Samurai just waltzed straight on through without one. Now, if you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony is going to escape. Okay, a country's embassy is considered to be part of the country itself. If you don't go through the proper procedures to enter the country... Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to enter through Babel and climb over the wall into Alabast.
Hold it!
You would tell a prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another... Kay, are you listening to me? Kay Ferrade, I'm coming through. Yes, and welcome. Someone stop her, anyone! Huff, huff. Kay, where are you? Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence. Ah! Fire! This is too big for us to handle. Looks like the Atagarasu came to Babel too. What the? You accursed Atagarasu. Kay, you had better be alright, wherever you are. No, don't tell me they're gonna pin it all on her. Oh, and there's a dead body. She's cooked, she's cooked, she's cooked, she's cooked. They're gonna pin this all on her. No. I told you it wasn't me.
Hold it!
Huff, huff, huff. Kay, are you alright? Do I look alright to you? Now, can you do something about this woman? Mr. Edgeworth, Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of this? Well, sir, it's, Oh, that's the guy from the first guy. The guy was, allegedly the first killer in the KGA incident. And he got the Atagarasu key, And I see another knife. Oh, brother. It wasn't me. He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of the fake Yatagarasu. Look, I only came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage. A suspicious person? A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that they must be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy, then into here, and then lost sight of them. But I just know that person is the one who did it. What are you so worked up over? There's no reason for you to be this loud. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Lang's secretary. Sheena, I believe your name is, correct? You know what's crazy? She got the same pink lipstick or lip gloss as Callisto U. And I ain't never seen her with these sunglasses on. And I bet you under these bangs is a giant ass forehead. What's up, Zombie? What's up, Ray? How's it going? How's your day been? Hope you're both having a good Wednesday. Crashing out at work, I missed the first hour. You didn't miss much. We wrapped up the last part of the flashback case where we proved that it was actually Callisto U that killed Kay's dad and that other guy that was in trial. And then I thought for a second that Callisto U was the Yatagarasu, but Kay said nah, her dad's actually the Yatagarasu. Which I'm like, that's good because I was thinking it's so crazy that if Callisto U was the Yatagarasu and she became the second gen, why would she learn from the person that killed her dad? But if her dad was the Yatagarasu, that makes much more sense. I know you're not saying some other character because of what lips she's wearing. I'm just saying. I ain't never seen her without these sunglasses. I need to see under the sunglasses. It's a little sus, that's all I'm saying. And then watch how 10 seconds later she'll take off her sunglasses and I'll be like, damn, that's a different person. And if you are making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime. Is that also correct? She's not saying nothing. You refuse to answer. Damn, fuck. Okay, look. She could be wearing contacts. Wait, do we still have Callisto U's profile? We do. Nah, even like the shape of their face is kind of different. Is it different? Nah, her eyes are different too. Her freaking brown eyes are so giant in this compared to this. Okay, they might be different people. Not even, yeah, that is true. Her lipstick is a little darker. This is like a bubblegum pink, and this is like a little bit darker. I mean, in the profile it's darker, but like in the last case, it was way lighter. But again, they completely different people. Unless this is all makeup. I don't need to answer. You are merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority. Hey, pal, just what the heck do you, what the heck? What the heck does what you just said mean? If it happened here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction. The end. Where Gumshoe's the biggest glazer. But now that we saw that backstory, I know why. And seeing as how this building is sitting on our soil, we can investigate whenever we like. He doesn't know how embassies work. Unfortunately, Detective, embassies are a different matter. Yeah, this Gumshoe guy need to freaking go back to school. Huh? This office is considered to be part of the Republic of Babel, which means that anything that happens in here defaults to the control of the Babel government and Babelese law, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights. Extraterrestrial rights? Sir, do you really believe that the truth is out there? This is why your pay keeps getting cut, bruh. Come on, you gotta lock in. Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation. No way, sir! Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home. Mr. Edgeworth? Hey, you're not Mr. Edgeworth. In that case, allow me to join your investigation. Yo, it's Von Karma. I don't know who this is. Damn! Eek! Ambassador, Paleno? I truly appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation. It's really nothing. What the heck? Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly. Francisca? Well, I never imagined that I'd meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct.
Hold it!
Oh, already? What is it? Ambassador Palino. And you are? I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant. Assistant? Miles, what the heck do you think you're... Please, I implore you, Ambassador Palino. Very well, I'll be counting on the two of you, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. What did you mean you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant? I don't exactly have a choice, do I, Detective? If I don't become Francisca's assistant, I can't participate in the investigation. There you go again, running at the mouth with that aloof expression on your face. Francisca, please. I don't know what you're planning quite yet, but at least I do know one thing, that you are now my subordinate. Damn. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you, should you have a brain lapse. Of course, I'll keep that in mind. If you are done playing games... Right, let's begin the investigation. This is nuts. Is she gonna hold her like that the whole time? Damn! By the way, Detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here? Well, better late than never, I guess, sir. I was placed on guard duty. Oh my god, this guy's always on guard duty, and he's always fumbling, bro. What the heck? Why can't this guy get his shit together? Pissing me off. You know what? This is crazy to say, but I think we should just fire Gumshoe at this point. Nothing good happens when this guy is on the scene, except when he comes in clutch. But 99% of the time, he's just fumbling, bro. This is crazy. And why are our police guarding an embassy? Well, on account of the card they got from the Artigarasu, they called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Artigarasu these past 7 years, it was more or less mutually beneficial. It was a more or less mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me. Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again. Look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it's out of my hands. But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even instant noodles anymore. Man, shut up, bro. Should have thought of that before you frick. First things first, I guess the dead body. So our victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it. Manny Cochin, I heard that he was an admirable person, very admirable. The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back. We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle. So Mr. Kochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Okay, first of all, we know what that is. There appears to be something in his pocket. This key, it can't be. Isn't this the Atsugarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago? What, but that's... Huh? 7 years ago? You mean that case where I was framed, sir? Yes, it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kei's father 7 years ago, which was then stolen by Callisto Yu. What? Mr. Ferrari was killed with his key, sir. I thought he was killed with a knife. Oh my, yes, please, but he deserves that. Whip him 10 more times. Scruffy, at the very least, try to remember the details of crimes you were a suspect in. Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. Nah, I don't care. He could have read up on the case after. Freaking stupid. I thought that our new Ricky at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. Ooh, I feel like the victim right now, all trampled on, sir. I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... Oh, do we gotta click the button again? There we go. Oh, wow! That's amazing, sir. It's like some kind of magic trick. I knew it. This is the exact same piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade. I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it? Yes, it looks like the two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. Vines, sir? I think it looks like a bunch of stars if you ask me. It's one of those six-sided stars, just like the police marks on our IDs. I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement. The real question is, why was the Babylonis Embassy Secretariat holding this? While we don't know Mr. Kochin, we don't know how Mr. Kochin came to possess this key. We do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Kadopian Embassy. That's right, Mr. Friday had written the fact down in his organizer. I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Kadopia. Why don't you ask Ambassador Paulino about what he knows? Supposedly, he was a candidate to be the next Kadopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have. Okay. Weird. Thoughts on the JP1 ranking? I think they're smoking crack, honestly. I don't know why they feel about these characters and how they think some of them are more powerful than others, but hey, man, maybe they know something that we don't. Is this knife the murder weapon? Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was found to be consistent with the stab wound. I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife. This knife's got some really fancy ornaments going on, huh, sir? This thing practically screams artsy to me. Although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I saw was artsy. But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it was a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful. Like that, I wrote it down, okay. Is there anything else? I mean, there's the body itself, yeah. I said hi, yeah, I said what's up. I literally said what's up to you and Ray at the same time. This man, where do I know him from? It's a knife wound. It's obvious what he was killed with, but I wonder if it's consistent with the wound. I didn't hear you. Damn! How you gonna throw something at me when you didn't hear me? Indeed. I guess that's everything, right? At least with the body for now. Kind of the kiss on your forehead. Yeah, last time I checked, you don't freaking kiss people's forehead with pieces of fruit. How's your Wednesday? It's been chill. Nothing crazy. Oh, these knives. These knives look like this knife. Except they don't have the handle on them. Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on display on this display rack, sir. Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remained of them, unfortunately. I guess the handles all got burnt off by the fire. You don't have a kiss command, do you? No, exactly. I'm not privy to getting kisses for my viewers, so I don't think we're getting a kiss command anytime soon. Ah, so even the knives fell victim to the fire. Ambassador Polino, are these knives yours? Why, yes, they are. They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babel. Oh, I guess they did say that the Babel people got the butterfly while the what was it called? Albese people, they took the vines instead. Privy? No, I said privy. Did I say privy? I think I said privy. I think I used that word right? Privy meaning. He was no longer privy to knowledge. Sharing in knowledge. Person having a part interested in action. Matter of thing. Yeah, I think I used that right. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabas, there we go, Alabas' set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. Oh, I guess there's one for each of the 2 new countries and one for the old one. But I can't believe the Belize one had been reduced to this state. Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Polino, what is this notch here for? Oh, that! It's a feature of these knives where you can freely exchange the handles on them, so that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see, so these knives were constructed so that the handles can be easily removed. Yeah, 100% that relates to this. 100% it does. The ceiling fan must have fallen from the ceiling. I mean, where else would it fall? A ceiling fan? What did one of those do? Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that's installed on one ceiling. Well, if I had one of those in my room, I'd bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept. This Gumshoe guy. Detective Gumshoe, in the real world, we close our eyes when we sleep. It looks like this was once a magnificent grandfather clock, but it's fallen victim to the fire. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, is it okay for me to talk about the clocks in my house, sir? We do not want to hear about that. If they're unrelated to the case, I hope that you will refrain from sharing, but... Well, there's this one clock that I made by myself, but the timer... Oh my god, he's gonna keep talking. That's quite enough, detective. These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia. It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Babelese embassy. Yeah, that is kind of weird. So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir? Perhaps the Babelese are studying American culture and our tourism industry. If they have plans to make the Babelese tourism industry truly flourish, they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose. Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said if I bring these with me to Babel, I can trade them in for a few buffets. Oh, so how do you expect to travel to Babel? Well, the whole world is connected by the ocean, sir. And for all you know, for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'd swim all the way to Babel if I have to. Can a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things? Hey, it's another butterfly. I believe it's the symbol of the Republic of Babel. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism. Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country. You may want to, detective, however, I've yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir. How's your citizen rolls been? Trash. I only rolled her once, 0 dupes. I'm cooked. I'm not even close to done with them, bro. I'm trying my best to keep rolling. Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat.
Hold it!
Oh, this is the statue they were talking about, right? That they were going to evaluate to see if it was fake or not? Got Forest, so I'm away from the fully unlocked. Yeah, you're so lucky. It should have been me! It should have been me! But there's a possibility that it is related to the murder. Wouldn't you agree? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? You got Teo, though? Yeah. Don't guy down. She's a solid unit. Even though I like her other outfit more, she's a pretty good unit. We can force them to let us investigate later when we find some solid proof. I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the Primedu statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look just like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins. It does kind of look like the Steel Samurai. Like, I can see, like, you know, the wraps here and all that stuff. Kind of crazy. Can I investigate this table? Sorry, but Interpol is still conducting his investigation beyond this point. I'm a subordinate of Miss Von Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access? My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near the site. You got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior would get really angry at me. You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we do as he says? Yes, I suppose we might as well. That's some fireplace. You know, it really gives this place a mansion-like quality, don't you think, sir? Ooh, these are a staple in every Babalese house. And I bet Santa Claus pays them a visit, too. Just how old are you again, detective? Thoughts on the Vishoda situation? I think it's freaking crazy, bro. I think the fact that they were withholding over half a million from that charity is ridiculous. And the fact that they're withholding pay from the people too, also ridiculous. I have you pressed in Matt server? Press? What did I do? You can confirm though where your source at? Whoa. You keep my put ketchup on my pasta? What the heck? Out of my ass, you ain't read the manga. All the members left, so they might file for bankruptcy. I mean, before they can even file for bankruptcy, they better freaking get a lawyer. They're about to get their ass sued by a bunch of the members are suing. We already know Iron Mouse is suing. I'm pretty sure even Vishoda Japan is cooked, because I didn't watch the whole video, but I was skimming through Kayson's video. I think they were withholding pay from her too. So she's probably lawyering up. God knows what else the other people are doing, because if they withheld it from Iron Mouse and Kayson, they probably withheld money from a bunch of them, so It's crazy, man. The shoujo is actually cooked. And it's unfortunate because the image of a shoujo was supposed to be like, we're a corporate VTuber company, but we're not like other corporate VTuber companies. You know, they allow like the freedom and let them do whatever they want. But to find out that they were being grimy as hell is insane, bruh. At the end of the day, corporation is a corporation. Capitalism is capitalism. People are ruled by money. And, you know, can't trust shit. It is crazy though. Crazy as hell. Like, okay, suppress the CEO, dang. A small personal safe. This was Mr. Cochin's office, so perhaps he stored his most important documents in here. Of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key. I wonder if the key is the knife key. Okay, are you alright? You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think I did it, right? Yes, of course I don't, and I promise to prove that it wasn't you. That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her in. It would be wise of you to give up while you can. No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying. And my investigation will prove that to be true. What street tier do you think Deku can beat next? What are you talking about? That's why I say at this point, if I decide to make a VTuber and go live, I'm gonna make that shit and stuff myself and make money myself, because at this point I don't trust no company. Yeah, it is crazy. Go ahead and try then if you're that confident. I can't allow this to continue on this way. I must prove her innocence post-haste. You ever seen the death battle? Oh, I haven't seen it, but I've heard people talking about it. And all I know is, bro, these power scalers are out of their fucking mind, bro. The way they be debating about things is actually insane. Don't watch it, man. Miles Edgeworth, what is it? Let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate, and if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect. Weren't you there when Matt pulled it up? When did Matt pull it up? Because I don't know if I was there or if I wasn't paying attention. Or if I wasn't watching his stream. What's with that giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that will really be necessary, Francisca. Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you're still under me. I thought Francisca was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at this embassy? That's a great point. I mean, well, we know the smuggling and this whole Kodopian stuff is really intertwined, so... It was Miles Morales versus Deku. Okay, you know what? I probably was there, but I don't think I was watching the stream. They're gonna do Hulk versus Godzilla. Am I gonna put belt to ass on that lizard? I was investigating at the Albastian embassy when I got wind of this mess. Ah, that's right. The Atagarasu was due to appear at that embassy as well. Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have a fire order there, although there was an incident at the Albastian embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case that came over to the Babalese embassy. Ah, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh? I see you've met. Well, he's in the Albastian embassy acting as a bodyguard for the Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. So the suspect is in the murder that occurred in this... oh my god, I can't speak. The suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu? Kay would never harm a soul, sir. Kay? You remember, do you not, about the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday. So she's that feisty little girl. Kay's been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here, looking for the one who took her father's life. I see. Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Autogrosso just keeps on tricking us all. How so? The Autogrosso sent a card saying, I'll be there to steal your dirtiest secret. But all we've had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract, and it's going on the rap sheet. If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight. I do wonder, though, if Callisto U really is the Autogrosso. I can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is. What the heck? Don't tell me he's one of those bosses where he makes their underling do everything and then without them he's just cooked. Ambassador Polino, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to the reports from the police that and only that. I asked you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Cochin's as well. Now, what the hell? Why did he tee up out of nowhere? Y'all saw that? What the heck? He just locked in out of nowhere. You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating. Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these. I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe. Oh, no. These are simply coupons we distribute to promote Babel. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babel. Now I remember, the Republic of Babel is known for its feverish tourism industry. Watching it gave me secondhand embarrassment. There's a reason why people don't be watching Death Battle in the Big 25. But I did suspect the outcome since they didn't do current variant of Miles. Miles is in Wakanda right now chilling. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased Manny Cochin. He was my secretary in the embassy's secretariat, charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything: accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasures. I'm sorry, but did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry, so in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy. I see, please excuse my forwardness. However, I feel I should mention that I had the distinct impression that I met him before. Oh, yes. Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG8 incident. The KG8 incident? The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny. I don't know how he didn't remember that. Come on, freaking Edgeworth, lock in. I'm reaching again. Now, you know what? I won't for now. So your Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case. It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into his job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee this embassy's renovations. It really is a shame he has such a bright future ahead of him. I don't like how he's like rubbing his hand together, but then he just randomly locks in and looks really cool out of nowhere. Were we reaching? Nah, I need more information before I can give up my theory. Renovate? Oh, is that why they had the freaking those like what are they called? You know those metal things that they had in front of buildings that like when there's construction? Scaffolding. They had scaffolding outside, so I guess that's because of the renovations. What exactly do you mean earlier by renovations? We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can we? So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is now no longer with us. I don't know, I'm hearing paltry budget, renovations, printing press. Surely they're not making counterfeit money, right? Ambassador Polino, I was wondering if I may ask you about Codopia. Codopia? Alright, what would you like to talk about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Coachen's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly. That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife. Oh, how fascinating. Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key? In its knife form, there was a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Codopia.
Hold it!
And how do you come to that conclusion? It has both of Codopia's national symbol, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still Codopia. Ambassador Polino, this key was stolen from the Codopian embassy 7 years ago by Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu. Oh, really? You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into this embassy at the time? I'm sorry, I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador of Babel because after Babel became its own independent nation, but if Manny was still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then. Mr. Kochen and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago, but that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present. I guess we gotta start putting logic together, right? Dr. Sainted? That's so tainted. Or should I say sainted? How's it going? What's with the name change? Alright, let's see. Save you the backstory. True. Should I refer to you as Sainted going forward, or are you fine with me still calling you Tainted? Whichever? Alright. I mean, I just asked in case. You never know. Okay, well, we know this, a butterfly-shaped guard, and we know Babel has the butterfly thing too now. Or I guess that's what they took from when they split apart into two countries. The design of the knife's handle, it greatly resembles the special Babelese species of butterfly. It does, doesn't it? Plus it says right here, this knife is property of the Republic of Babel. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room. You know what? We could probably put this and this together low-key. Because why else? I mean, I don't know why this key turns into a knife, but why else have a lock if not for this key, right? We know for a fact that the Yatagarasu's key was used at the embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Kochen's pocket, which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office. Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out. Oh, it actually worked? Damn. Welcome back, Safari. I'm watching Egghead. Yo, he's catching up. The key that was left to use in the to us in the victim's pocket is literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. What do we have here? Hey, there's nothing inside. Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything? I mean, there's literally paper sticking out there. I don't know why they'd be sticking out like this, though. Maybe this is like a false wall. No, detective, I believe all we need is a closer look. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. I mean, the only suspicious thing is this right here. What is this here? It looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir. No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe. Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch. Not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I've ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe before.
Hold it.
Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not that the paper is strange. It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret to this safe is probably 2 compartments. Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I say that there is an extra bit of space behind the back wall of the safe. In other words, the safe has a second compartment. I'm so far behind, bro. I recently restarted because I slept through Fisherman Island and forgot what episode I was in. So I was like, FM restart. I wanted to for some reason. It just felt right. Nothing wrong with it, you know? At the end of the day, you should enjoy it at your own pace, you know? There's no race to catch up or finish. Because I feel like a lot of people that don't enjoy One Piece is because they were too caught up in trying to catch up, trying to be like, you know, on the latest chapter, the latest episode. When, like, you know, this series has been going on for like over 20 years, right? So there's no reason to rush and like feel like you gotta be caught up with the pack. It's definitely more enjoyable when you take your time to like watch and digest everything. But that's coming from somebody who's been like reading and watching One Piece since I was like in elementary school, so that's what happened to me. I was zooming through the episode, so I'm like, I'm gonna take my time as much more enjoyable. Exactly. You know? And it's not like it's ending anytime soon, so you definitely got time. What? I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? Alright, it's ending in 2026? I don't know. We're already in, what? July is basically over. Which means August, September, October, November, December. 5 months left, 4, 8, 12, 16, 24. 24 chapters, and that's not taking out breaks and holidays. So let's say 20 chapters realistically. 20 chapters? With 20 chapters, we're not even ending the current arc that the manga's in, so I don't think One Piece is ending 2026. Realistically, maybe we finish the current arc in 2026. I don't know if we're finishing the manga. How do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there's no other lock or keyhole in sight. Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on this safe. Oh? Yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock. The safe and its locks. Alright then, since you're so sure of yourself, how about you deduce your answer? Oh, is it this thing? Because I was thinking they put the key in already, and that unlocked this, but I guess you put it in there again? It has to be, right? Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah, the freaking Yatagarasu key, duh.
Eureka!
Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Francisca? The shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more.
Hold it.
Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Cochin, made sure the safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. What was he hiding? Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the avid person can figure it out? You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of the safe? That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove it to you right now. That the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it up. The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edward, this had better be a very bad joke. sorry, but this is no joke. The Atagarasu's key is the very key that'll open the second compartment of this safe. We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe. But the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than the key, that of the key. I don't really get it. Because when we clicked it, it was an actual key, but now it's in its knife form. Is this supposed to be another key? Oh, is it because of the freaking, like, is it because of these things? Like, when you look at it, it kind of like, it's hard to see, but it kind of does look like the thing, right? I'm trying to like move it out the way and like, can I zoom in more? Like if you like, you see how it kind of looks like it? It's so hard to with the mouse and keyboard, but see how this kind of looks like it's like divoted there, and it kind of looks like that keyhole. Oh, hopefully this is it. It is, okay. I got spoiled on what the next arc is, and it's crazy because I just got done watching Little Garden, or it could just be a theory of what the next arc is. Dang. Let's go over this again, shall we? The Atagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Coach's safe in the Kudopian Embassy. We confirmed that as fact by opening the door to the safe with it. Now, let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see? What are you talking about? Ah! It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe. But that's preposterous, because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago. We fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside this secret section must be of incredible importance. Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open that safe. Eek, yes sir, opening it now, sir. But what the heck is this? These items there, it's a bunch of funny shaped things. I guess they're pieces of art, huh, sir? You're in the way, now move, Scruffy. I didn't think I was in the way, Sniffle. These pieces of art, they're identical to the ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world. I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was meant to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. This is a document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about. Beats me, sir. Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, Detective? Mr. Coach's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is. These are pieces of stolen art from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one. Eek! Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why? Do you have any idea what would happen to you if one of them were to break? Is it just me, or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? What the hell? I feel like that's everything, is it not? I don't know why I didn't put these together. To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal is in this very room? Dirty secret? Francisca, you're in pursuit of some dirty underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence. In that case, the person I'm looking for is here in the Babalese embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation. I think I just might need to ask Francisca about her smuggling case in more depth. Okay, so I guess once we back out of this, we can talk to her again, huh? Yeah. Francisca, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you're here right now is related to that. Yes, after analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off. Oh, okay, and that's page 2 of the other 3 pages. Okay. This accounting document. It's only 1 page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the Principality of Cadopia, which means that someone here in the countries of Alabast and Babel is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring. That's Francisca for you, she's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has. Okay, there we go. And now we can go back and deduce this with that other paper, right? There we go.
Eureka!
Take a good look at these documents, Francisca. It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here. Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that the page you were taken, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3? Well, well, it certainly looks that way. By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have now found what you were looking for. Yes, and with this it has become crystal clear that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Babalese ink. Babalese ink? Babalese ink is a special product of the Republic of Babel. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported. And that reason is? That's classified, it's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Cochin. His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation. But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice. Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds. You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested. Francisca, you must know that Manny Cochin was the suspect in the KG8 incident. Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there is the matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved. Dang. Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it can be? Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu, K. Farade. You are under arrest for the murder of Manny Cochin. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here. And he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes. What is that supposed to mean? I believe I told you that K. Farade is not the culprit of this crime. Very well, I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are. Wireless K. Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into the embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu, and most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body. Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she's the Yatagarasu. Exactly, but it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu. Alright, look how many times I have to tell you. I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu. Imposter or not, it matters. Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu. Very well, then I should prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manny Cochin. Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of. Even blah 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 blah. Did she specifically tell you? I mean, she does go around yelling it. That's the thing.
Hold it!
Just because she calls herself that doesn't prove that she is a killer. No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret." Yeah, but he didn't say he was gonna kill somebody. Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them, so she killed Mr. Cochin for the key. I see. The logic is very sound. I expect nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need. Okay, if that was true though, why were the documents still in the safe? Same with the key. Wouldn't she have taken the key at least to open this safe? Because we know that the Yatagarasu knows about the key from the last flashback case. Or at least the Yatagarasu claims to know, because they sent it into the freaking police. This statement's crazy.
Objection!
Agent Sheena, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic. Oh? Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Cochin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. Bro, look at her sweating. By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not this safe at all. This is my first time seeing someone use the word Yunch? What does Yunch mean? Or is that are you trying to say Unich? Or is it pronounced Unich? Eunuch? The second one you said? Ah, okay. Eunuch, okay. Yeah. Aren't those the people that used to serve royalty, but they had their things cut off? Because they didn't want them to be tempted by their worldly desires? Yeah. Bro, history is crazy, bro. What people were doing back then? Kinda nuts. No, sure, don't be watching or read Apothecary Diaries. I mean, I don't, but I know what a eunuch is. I've read enough manhwa to know what a eunuch is. That perhaps you didn't know that Mr. Cochin had the key on him. If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known the fact. Need reason? All of this is simply our conjecture. Oh my god, I can't freaking read, bro. All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. What the? Perhaps she didn't notice the safe second compartment before returning the key. Oh my god, that is fair. But the fact still remains that Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death. Were the units used personally by Muslim leaders? Am I tripping? I have no idea.
Objection!
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act. Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes. What? She's gotta be capping. What? Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade on the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is a part of a special 3-piece set, which is a design like no other. The evidence in the testimony all points to the girl. There is no counter-argument. Okay, you could have easily lifted the prints off the handle, though. That is your definitive evidence? You see now that she is definitely the killer, right? No, Mr. Edwards, you've got to believe me. I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear. And you came in here because you were chasing that suspicious person. That's right, I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. Couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights. But then... Ah! Who's there? This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream. And when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her. So the object Kay felt by her foot on the floor was the murder weapon. I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. What do you mean you failed to find prints on it? But the suspicious person in the black coat came into this room before me. You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? That, I don't know, but I know they came in here. That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edwards. She has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that there are some with solid evidence. Mr. Edwards, I really didn't... Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that. Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can. Don't worry, I can and I will. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. Okay, but that's not 100% true because the handles come off, bruh.
Objection!
So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there is not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to the blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon. It wasn't the real murder weapon? This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? I think the guy said the center, right? I don't remember where exactly he said. I guess it has to be here, huh? There we go. Ah, and look at that. The imprint here is not a butterfly. It's a freaking flower, which means it's the other country. If Sega decided to remake Ace Attorney, what would you like to see? Or are they perfect the way they are? I mean, this is only the second, I guess, group of games in the series that I played, so I don't know if I can decide that without playing the other games yet. As you can see, the Babyliss knife has now been disassembled into 2 parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Coach was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicion surrounding Kay. Your argument isn't airtight yet. How so? It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles.
Hold it!
Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing? I don't care to know what a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
Objection!
Heh. The truth is right there in front of you. And this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Coach's killer. It's gotta be because of this, right? Yeah, this is from the other country. They don't need a remake, they already got rid of the remasters. Fair enough, we can get a new Ace Attorney. A new one would be crazy. What is this mark on here? It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means. No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar. And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this. I guess it would be this, right? Because this shows the 2 different things, yeah. Yeah, see the flower here, butterfly there.
Take that!
You can't be serious. It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives. This part of the knife handle has Babel's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Balinese in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again? Agent Sheena? After the fire had broken out. That's right. Kay entered the Balinese embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the 2 countries during the fire, which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. You know what's crazy? There's also a knife missing from the 3 sets of the Babyliss side, which means whoever killed this guy probably took the other one of the Babyliss knives and was gonna kill the other ambassador on the other side with that and do the same thing, is my guess. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer. Whoop! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. What a great victory. Why is everybody still quiet? Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name, but what worries me now is what will happen next.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife here? Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babel? It didn't just find its way over, rather we should focus on how it was smuggled over. You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Take you while you're on the run? Now that's a real way, that's the way a real, oh my god, I can't read. Now that's the way a real great thief operates. Okay? Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did. Not really, but... Haha, come on, you don't have to be shy about it. Your argument is still not airtight. Would you care to elaborate? I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there's still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu. That again? Look how many times do I have to explain it to you. I'm the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you're the real deal or a fake, it really doesn't matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Objection!
Preposterous. On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing? The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu. That in itself is the most elegant proof. Machina. Yes? I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great three Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that. Thanks a lot for the concern, Machina. Let me share something with you too, as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? What? Well, I guess we better get going. Going to where? To the kingdom of Albas. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Albastian knife came from, we'll have to pay the Albastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. Understood. To be continued. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. I guess we can wrap it up here then for today. And then we may or may not continue on Friday. Because I did say that I might stop streaming Yakuza on Fridays because I actually want to go through all the sub-stories to find out about freaking Kashiwagi. And if that's the case, it's going to take way longer to stream than it is to actually get through it. So we'll see. Anyways, is there anyone that's live that I want to raid? If not, we can just wrap it up here. Y7 off-stream guy? Nah, it might be Y7 off-stream completely, honestly. Because what I was saying on Monday is that the way it's going with Yakuza 7, I want to actually do, like, all the sub-stories that I can. And if that's the case, streaming the game is going to be way more annoying. So I might just stop streaming Yakuza 7 and replace it with another Kingdom Hearts stream or Ace Attorney stream. So we'll see. You know what? I think we could just wrap up the stream for today. It's all good. Oh, where's the end screen? Where's my end screen? Oh, there it is. If you made it this far into the stream, if you watched the stream, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, you're not subbed to the YouTube, go sub to the YouTube. I drop videos every Sunday, shorts every couple of days. So if you're ever looking for more content, that's where you can find it. If you're wondering what that 100 Girlfriends thing is in the title, that is the streamer group I'm a part of. If you want to know more about us, you can find out more about us there. Like I said, I'll see y'all on Friday. I don't know if we'll continue Ace Attorney or if we'll do more Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Honestly, I'll probably decide the day of, if I'm being honest, but we'll see. That Discord link does not work. Yeah, I'll catch y'all on Friday, right? Definitely more Ace Attorney next week Wednesday, and more Kingdom Hearts next week's Monday. I knew it. I called it. Hey man, you know what? What if I just cancel Friday streams in general, huh? We can just not stream. I can retire right now. Streamline them all in 8 hours once you get chapter 10. I don't even know what chapter I'm on. I think I'm on like chapter 6 or something. Anyways, stay safe, wash your hands, drink water, all that fun stuff. Use your head, use your best rhetoric, because the world is in some crazy times. I will catch y'all on Friday for who knows what. Maybe this is the last stream. Maybe I retire forever. Anyways, goodbye.